Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Maddie May here and I'm so excited that you're here. I have a really fun and exciting video today. One that I've never done on my channel but I've always wanted to do. We do have a sponsor, which, you know, we love. And that sponsor is Book of the Month. Usually I open the box before I film my video, but this time around I didn't. So this is gonna be new and fresh and exciting for all of us here. We'll see what the curators chose for me this month. All right, the first thing I see is the Magnolia Palace. This looks gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's about the Spanish flu outbreak of 1919. Wait, this looks so good, you guys. I've been watching Peaky Blinders on Netflix, and so I'm just super into like historical dramas. And so this just like totally seems up my alley. Also, I took a literature and medicine course my last semester of college, and we had a whole unit on the 1919 pandemic and sort of compared it to the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's kind of eerie how many similarities there are between the two pandemics. And it's just kind of weird how the world kind of works in a cyclical pattern. Are you kidding me that almost 100 years later to the exact day we had another pandemic? That was a side thought, but this looks really good because it's based in that time and I think it's a little love story moment. The next one is Black Cake, a novel by Charmaine Wilkerson. This looks so freaking cute. Are you kidding me with this cover? I love this. Book of the Month kills it every month, I swear. If you guys haven't subscribed to Book of the Month yet, what are you doing? The next one is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This is a thriller. I've read a book by Rachel Hawkins. I don't even know which one I've read, but I just know that she's an author I've read before. Let me look it up. The Wife Upstairs. I've read The Wife Upstairs by by Rachel Hawkins, and I loved that book, so I am hoping that this one gives me the same vibes. I'm thinking it will. The next one, wow. People are just killing it with covers nowadays. This one's Fiona and Jane by Jean Chen-ho. A love story. I can't with this. So if you can't tell already, Book of the Month curates books based on your interest. You can also choose books that you want. If you don't want them chosen, you can skip months with no charge at all. It's honestly the best subscription service ever. And I love that it allows you to immerse yourself into authors that you may have never heard of before, up and coming authors that are already popular, and it's just the whole shebang. It's awesome. This one looks really cute too. This one looks like it would be TikTok famous. This one's called Love and Other Disasters. And then they always send one in this cute little Book of the Month box. This one's pretty. This looks so good. Can't wait to read this. So for good deals with Book of the Month, check out my resources below. Continue to read because it's one of my favorite parts of 2021 that I have adopted, and I think that subscribing to a service like this, putting your money towards habits that you want to further in 2022 is something super smart and very self-care sounding. So I will link all of Book of the Month's info below, as well as my resources to help you save money. Thank you, Book of the Month, and thank you to you guys for supporting my channel, because that's really cool and you guys are the best. Alright, you guys, this lighting is not as good, but it was kind of giving me weird lines, so I had to turn off my extra light. So now we've just got a lamp, but that's okay. I'm filming at night right now because when you're a working woman, this is the only time that you really have. I've been really excited for this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and finally explain it without getting too emotional. I feel like 2021 was a year that was supposed to be really bad for me. It's almost like the universe just kept trying to like not be on my side. At the beginning of the year, I am already starting to cry. At the beginning of the year, I was dealing with not getting into med school, which really sucked because I put so much time, energy, attention, and money into applying, and it sucked when it fell through, especially knowing how hard I worked for that. I just was not the type of applicant who just didn't try very hard, and that's why they didn't get in. I tried really freaking hard and didn't get in. So that was definitely a bummer, and definitely a bummer way to start your year too. I think I got my last rejection like in January, so Anyways, I was graduating, which was a happy moment, but I was moving home, which I didn't know how that would be because I've lived on my own now for 4 years. I've done my own grocery shopping, I've paid for my gas, I've been very self-sufficient, self-sustaining for 4 years, and I just knew it would be kind of like a hard transition to move home. I was also restudying for the MCAT, which is a very, very stressful thing in and of itself. On top of all of that, I was dumped out of what I felt like nowhere. Now looking back, I feel like there were a lot of like red flags and stuff, but at the time of being dumped, it was super, I did not see it coming. And so I just feel like 2021 just kind of kept throwing stuff at me that really could have knocked me down. But this has been like one of the best years of my life. And I'm just really proud of myself for that. I don't want to cry. This is so embarrassing. I just feel like in 2021 I had the perfect balance of like hardships and bouncing back, and it's just been an amazing year. And I kind of wanted this whole video to be ways that I like bounced back from these hardships, like ways I elevated my life in 2021, things that I have. So it's gonna be both materialistic and just mindset wise. I'm gonna put all of that in this video. So I'll talk about products, I'll talk about mindsets, I'll talk about decisions I made, all of those things that I did in 2021 that I think made it one of the best years of my life, when it probably shouldn't have been with my circumstances. Hi besties. So I just finished editing this video, and let me tell you, it gives podcast vibes, okay? Like, I talk a lot, it's very meaningful stuff. My mom just called me. Yes, mother? What I was saying was that I talked a lot, but it's like very meaningful stuff. This video is very meaningful to me for a lot of reasons, and so I just wanted to put this little disclaimer in there. If you have a car trip coming up or you have a commute to work, this might be a good video to turn on as like a podcast to listen to in the car or something, or listen to while you're putting away laundry. I don't know. I'm just saying that like it gives total podcast energy, so do with that what you will. But I love you guys, and I hope you enjoy this video. Also, comment below something that you did this year, or like something you adopted this year that you felt elevated your life, because I would love to see what you guys say. Okay, love you. Enjoy the video. Bye. I hope that this video inspires you. I hope maybe if you had a rough year in 2021, or you're starting 2022 poorly, I hope that this gives you some hope and shows you that you are in control of your life and you can pull yourself out of anything. Let's get started now that that emotional spiel is hopefully over. That was embarrassing. So I have 3 categories that I am going to discuss today. I have makeup, random things like items, and then habit/ideologies. We're gonna start with something superficial like makeup. This item is the Supergoop Glow Screen, and it's really bright right now, but it's basically a moisturizing tinted sunscreen, and I put this under my makeup every single day, and I think it gives me the most beautiful glow. I also wore this by itself all summer long, so I didn't wear foundation or concealer. I would just wear this. It's like a cult favorite. Everyone loves this, and if you have not gotten your hands on this yet, what are you doing? I just had to mention this because I used it all of 2021. The next thing that I have in makeup is this like eye flick brown eyeshadow thing. Anytime I wanted to spice up my makeup, which was usually like twice a week, I would use this tiny eyeshadow brush. You can still see some of the brown on there, and use a very dark brown eyeshadow, a matte brown eyeshadow, and do a little flick. And obviously like my camera is washing it out a bit, but just like a little flip. And I don't know if it's just my eye shape that I love it on, but I think it's worth a shot trying it on your eyes because it's so fast, so easy. I always got compliments like all year, and I just think it's so simple. Like, everyone should try it. I don't know. And you can also try black, but it's just like a brown eyeshadow that I do, and it just sort of elongates my eyes. I think it kind of lifts my face a little bit, and it's something I did all year, and I just love the way it looks, so I thought I would mention it. And lastly on my makeup list, because I'm just not a makeup girl, is lip products. Elevate your life by using lip products. I swear I didn't use anything on my lips except for chapstick until the beginning of 2021. Like, 2021 is when I discovered lip liner, lip gloss, tinted chapstick. Like, the opportunities are endless. Now people don't get to see my beautiful lips at work because I wear a mask every day at work because I work in healthcare. But during the summer, when COVID was a lot less and people were out and about, I was killing the lip game, let me tell you. NYX carries nice affordable lip liners that are amazing. This is the matte lip liner in Stockholm. I also have Natural. I think those are both really beautiful starter shades if you want to get into lip liners, but you don't even have to like overline your lips and be an Instagram baddie about it. I mean, you can if you want, but even just putting it on your lips to enhance your natural beautiful lip color, I think it really just makes you feel so much better. And I don't know the science behind it, but it just makes you feel so much better when you've got some color, some moisture on your lips. And so I highly recommend getting into lip products if you are like me in 2020 and you just don't really care. The next things I'm going to talk about are random things. So for Christmas I got the Hatch alarm clock. This sounds sponsored, but it's not. I literally just asked for it for Christmas and I got it, and oh my gosh, has it enhanced my life, okay? It is the coolest thing in the world. It comes with an app, and I've set up a bedtime routine. So I have a reading light that comes on for 30 minutes, and then once my 30 minutes is over, it automatically turns on the fan and turns out my light. And then you can also set an alarm. I have a sunrise alarm, so I wake up at 6:13 every day, and you can specify things. You can specify the sound. You can specify the light that you choose. If you want the clock to gradually brighten, it's just so amazing. Could not recommend it more. I love my bedtime routine. Basically, you just press a little button at the top and it turns on my reading light and starts my bedtime routine, and I've been doing that consistently ever since I got it for Christmas, and it's just something really cool that stays steady in my night routine. So even if you don't get this alarm clock, I guess kind of what I'm saying here is make a night routine and stick to it. Do the same thing every night. I think that in our lives we crave a little bit of stability, and when we don't have stability anywhere else in our life, it's important to get stability in the places that we can control. And I feel like our bedtime routine is maybe something that a lot of us can control. Yeah, I will link the alarm clock below, but you don't have to have this alarm clock to set up a night routine. Just use a lamp and read for 30 minutes. And there's apps that you can turn on if you want to get a sound machine going, like a fan, whatever. There's sleep meditations you can listen to, but do something intentional every night that you do every single night. The next thing is books. You guys knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. I've always been a reader. I've always loved school, but I have never been a reader to this extent. This year was the year for reading for me. I think it's because I graduated college, so I just had more time at night after work. I don't have homework to do. I have actual time. So I've been reading a lot. I feel like reading helped me get through studying for the MCAT too. It allowed my brain to escape into a story that had nothing to do with me. It just became truly an escape, and I feel like there's literally nothing unhealthy with reading. It helps your vocabulary. It helps you empathize with other people and their stories, and I just think there's literally nothing bad about reading. Even if you read smutty romance, like, you're a queen, keep reading what you like, and just keep reading in general. Right now I'm reading 1,000 Boy Kisses, which, yes, looks like the cover was made on Microsoft Word, but I don't care because the story's really good. I just had to mention reading because it has elevated my life to no extent. It's like a whole new world was opened up in my brain when I started to read, because now I get excited about going to the bookstore. I get excited about talking about books I've read to other people. I love to hate a book that someone else loves and love a book that other people hate. I just think that it's so fun, and I like seriously recommend reading. Don't jump in and say I'm gonna read 6 books a month, because then you'll stress yourself out and be mad at yourself for not meeting that goal. Start small. Start with half a book a month or a book a month and work your way up. That's what I did in 2021, and I'm really happy with the pace I read now. The next thing on my list, it says a nice freaking pillow. I have a really nice pillow. I don't even know where it's from, but I got it like in January. And it's just like my baby. My sleep is so much better since investing in a nice pillow. If you're not obsessed with your pillow, find one you're obsessed with, because it completely changed my sleep. And I kind of just didn't know what I was missing out on until I got one that I loved. I don't know, I really wish I could tell you the brand, but I don't know. But maybe it's on this tag. Hold on. Because I'm not trying to gatekeep my pillow, okay? I'm trying to help a girl out. Okay, my brand is Beauty Rest Black. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. But if that's helpful at all, that's my pillow. The next thing that elevated my life in 2021 that is superficial and stupid is perfume. I just actually got this in December, but I feel like a rich bitch every day of my life because I wear perfume, simply because I'm wearing perfume now. And so this is Replica's Lazy Sunday Morning, and I just feel like people underestimate what a good perfume can do for your confidence. I also really love like hugging people and like having them smell the same their whole life. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I love when people have a staple scent. Like that's one of those little things that I love. Like when I hug my grandma, she smells the same. When I hug Caleb, he smells the same. Like I love when people have a staple scent, and I want to be someone with a staple scent. So I bought a scent that I hope will be stapled onto me. All right, lastly is a journal. Honestly, I'm not the best at journaling. I honestly have never been the best at journaling, but it was good to have it when I wanted to journal, if that makes sense. There were times this year that I really wanted to journal. Let me just show you a specific time where I was journaling a lot. Interesting. Yeah, this summer I was writing so much, and I also wrote some book quotes in here that I loved. I wrote some YouTube planning. I wrote some work stuff, obviously not patient related because that's a HIPAA violation. Like for example, I was writing a ton when I was like first starting. I was writing a ton of medications that I was like trying to memorize, which is cool because now I literally know all of them. Like I know amlodipine, carvedilol, lisinopril, all of those are for hypertension, omeprazole, pantoprazole. Anyways, I don't need to list medications, but that's what I was using it for as well. I was just kind of writing down a bunch of medications that are paired with certain diagnoses that I diagnose a lot at work. Just like having a journal is very helpful. I wrote my 2022 resolutions in here, which by the way, I separated by daily, weekly, and monthly. That's how I did it. So I made daily goals, weekly goals, and monthly goals. I think that that's a good way to do it. If you guys have still not done any resolutions or goals, do it. It's a good time to reevaluate on how you can live a more fulfilling life, and I'll always be a proponent of setting goals and resolutions. I think they're happy. But yeah, just getting a notebook. Get a notebook, girl. You deserve it. This one's from Leuchtturm. I can link it below. All right, now we are finally, this video is long, but it's because I like to talk about these things. Now we're gonna get into habits. Habits slash like mindsets kind of that I adopted in 2021 that I'm so glad I did because they helped me get through, again, what was supposed to be a really hard year but ended up being an amazing year. Honing down on the content I consume. So I feel like in 2019 and 2020, I was listening to every podcast of every influencer that existed in the world. So I had at least 10 podcasts that I listened to weekly, and I don't know how I found the time to do that, but I did. And it was awesome because I felt like I was a part of multiple communities, but at the same time, it was toxic because I was getting so many opinions and mindsets from so many different people telling me how I should live my life, and that kind of bogged down on me because one person would tell me I should do this, one person should tell me I should do this. One person would talk about pop culture the whole podcast, and then one person would talk shit about people who talk about pop culture for podcasts, and there was just a lot of conflicting ideas and opinions that I was choosing to immerse myself into. So now I literally listen to 2 podcasts regularly, and I'll listen to the occasional podcast outside of those 2 if it's like a person or a topic that I'm super interested in, but regularly I only listen to 2 podcasts. That has really helped me because I'm first of all getting less phone and screen time, and I'm spending more time with my own thoughts or reading books, and I just feel like podcasting is just like the one like content that I am talking about right now, but it also goes the same way with Instagram, like muting people, unfollowing people, deleting Twitter, deleting Snapchat, deleting those apps that don't serve you is something super intentional that you can do this year. I feel like that's like the age-old resolution is less screen time, but I think that it's so many people's goal because it's so many people's problem, and if you can just be intentional about it and make the right decisions for your mental health, limiting the content you consume and making sure the content you do consume is healthy and inspiring, I think is something that you should really think long and hard about as you continue to use social media. It's important to diversify your thoughts and not only listen to people that are similar to you, but it's also important, I feel like, to not overdo it and try and hear opinions from everyone, because there'll come a point where you listen to so many other opinions that you almost don't even know what your own opinion is anymore. So the next thing I learned about myself in 2021 is that I simply can't be relied on to go to the gym. Like, I just can't. I don't have the, I don't know, like willpower, want, need, whatever, motivation to go to the gym. I need to be paying for workout classes that will charge me if I don't show up. Like, I need that type of thing. I need that type of thing in place in order to get me to work out. Now, I love walking. I'll walk on my own account any day and every day. But as far as like going to the gym to run on the treadmill or do the stair stepper or lift weights, I just simply can't be relied on for that. So it was something I found out about myself in 2021, that in order to stay consistently active, it's important for me to pay for workout classes. So the first half of the year I did Orange Theory. I stopped because my parents only agreed to pay for 6 months and I was poor at the time, so I could not afford to keep paying for Orange Theory. But as I've started my full-time job again and I'm making my own funds now, I've been able to re-establish a membership, getting classes, and I just feel like if you are someone who has always struggled with consistency in working out, I think that first of all, workout classes, and second of all, paying for the workout classes yourself really might get you to the gym. I don't know. Like, for me, it was like, I'm not about to have them charge me $10 for not showing up, so I always pulled my ass out of bed and got to the workout class. So that's something I learned about myself, and I just wanted to mention because there might be other people out there that also struggle with consistency in the gym and maybe haven't tried workout classes yet. I really recommend it because it really worked for me. This fourth one is kind of simple but also easier said than done, I'm sure, and it's working somewhere that I loved. I recently started working as a medical informatics specialist, so I'm basically a scribe, but I do 50% scribe work and 50% medical informatics. So I'm sending prescriptions, I'm looking into records, looking into labs, diagnosing things based on labs, just a lot of like medical stuff. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. But then the other half of the time I get to go into visits with my provider and see how she assesses the patient, see what decisions she makes based on what symptoms. And I love my job. I love the people I work with. I work with people who are also my age, because a lot of people who are scribes are like going into healthcare, so a lot of people are my age, and it was great for me to find new friendships that way. And this job has just really taught me how important it is to have a job that you truly love. This is another time I could start tearing up, but it's like, it makes me so sad knowing that there's people who wake up and go to a job every day for 25 years that they hate. Like, that terrifies me. And it makes me so happy to know that I'm going into a field that I now know for sure after this clinical experience that I love and that I want to do forever. And obviously being a scribe is different from being a doctor, but the point is that it's the medical field and I love it, and it makes me not hate getting out of bed every morning. And so I just kind of urge you, if you're in a place in your life where you don't love what you do, then reevaluate. And I know that there's going to be hard parts of every job. You're not going to love every single thing about your job. I'm just saying that, like, the pros should definitely outweigh the cons in something that you're spending so much of your life doing. Yeah, if you're in that place in your life, I urge you to prioritize your interests and see what you love doing and go after it, because you deserve it and you have one life, so do it. Okay, the next one I have is getting more sleep. I feel like this kind of goes with the night routine that I was talking about. I feel like because I have a very stable night routine, I get great sleep now. I go to bed pretty regularly at 10 to 10:30 and I wake up every morning, as you guys saw, at 6:13. I just get so tired from working, and I get so tired from reading, and I get so tired from being a Maddie Mae every day that I just fall right asleep. And it's just been so valuable to me to get good sleep and to have a stable sleep schedule. So I think that when, again, life is really chaotic and there's a lot of things that you can't control, try and control the things that you can control. And so if you're exhausted, go to bed, and go to bed early. And so you can wake up early and feel more well rested, more ready to tackle the day and make today better than yesterday. I just feel like sleep is so important and something that especially our age group should prioritize more often. And if you have a good pillow, it's even easier. So it's like, what's the problem here? Like, get some sleep, you know what I'm saying? And this last one is funny, which I'm just gonna show you because I've already talked about everything at this point. But it says, can you guys read my last one? Stop talking shit about people. I feel like I've never really been a gossiper, but especially in 2021, I was intentional about just not talking shit, because so many people are going through stuff that you have no idea about. Me talking shit about people does not make me a better person. I'm not talking to this person directly, so they aren't gonna know that I think that they should be acting this way or they should be doing this instead of this. They aren't gonna know what I'm saying, so it's like, what's the point of saying it in general? Because it's not my life. I have no control over that. It just doesn't bring good juju in your life when you talk shit about other people. So I think you should just stop. When you're around friends, when you're around people that are talking shit about other people, you don't have to engage. You can just sit there, smile, or say something kind about that person. Instead of engaging negatively, engage positively. I just think that the world could just use more kindness. If you see something about someone that you love, tell them, and don't keep it in, because I just feel like there's not enough compliments and not enough kindness in the world. And the best type of people are the ones who comment on your Instagram pictures, who text you randomly. Be a warm light, okay? I don't know, that's my last one. Just stop talking shit about people. Be a warm light. The world needs more of it. I feel really good about this video. I know it was probably really long, but I did want to just talk about things that made me happier, got me through what was supposed to be a bad year but was an amazing year. And I can't wait for 2022. I can't wait to show you guys where I go in 2022, what I do in 2022, and I'm just really happy, and I hope you guys are happy too. And if you're not, I really hope that you're able to get to a place that you can be happy and you're working towards that every day, because I believe in you. So I'm gonna go because this video is so long, but I love you, and I'll talk to you very soon.